Well, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. We're back again for the Thursday show this week. Here on my live support channel, you'll notice that I'm still not on Twitch. Haven't heard from them, which is unfortunate. Also, the audio on this is really loud today. Not too sure why. So we're going to jump over to the audio mixer and adjust that. Okay. Let's see if that's any better. Really doesn't... Sounds like it's peaking here. All right, let's try this. Seems a bit better. Let's listen to the show here. And also, let's try and hide my IEM. I got to do something different here with my in-ears because I'm out of space. Alright, that sounds a little better, so. Alright, and let's see what's going on in the chat, because I'm not paying attention yet. Alrighty, so let's make that full screen. Check out the Twitch on Discord, there's some funny talk in there. Also, we should rename the channel to something like Stream now that... Nice video transition. Fade out back to the starting screen. I dislike this stream. I want you to play Nickelback. I won't be playing Nickelback on my stream because that would be a crappy thing to get dinged on for ding dong. Yeah, for some sort of DCA violation, so I'm not doing that. I'm also going to just adjust this slightly. Yeah. So here we go. Round 2 this week. Just to kind of start things off, yeah, I haven't heard back from Twitch at all about what the status is of my channel. That would mark day 7 as of right now. That's 7 full days that support has had a chance to get back to me. And I'll go on record by saying, if you don't respond to a new ticket within 1 whole week, that's pretty terrible service. Even just, hey, we're overloaded, we'll get to you soon, like we talked about. But nope, haven't heard from them. Your account doesn't even show up. Yeah, I know, it's totally been banned. It says that the channel's gone. So, really appreciate that, Twitch. Really appreciate, that 3 years of me building that channel and making it happen. All gone because of a bot that your service banned me for, and you don't even respond to me. So, pretty terrible service. I'm going to probably pass on Twitch at the time being. I'm really not bitter. Look, it's probably an oversight on their side. We were literally posting our support channel ticket creation site when Nightbot was doing it. And, yeah. That was enough to push them over the edge, evidently, so... 7 days, that's an awful lot of time to not get back to anybody. And you can't even reply to the auto-reply that they have on the Twitch support system because it says, do not reply. So it's an automated system that no one's going to look at that either. So that's cool. Really appreciate that. It's probably a 1 week ban. Probably means your channel will be back within the hour. The email I got said this channel has been indefinitely banned. There was no indication that they were planning on bringing it back. So, yep. Yeah, no, with the ban, they removed the whole thing. So you can't even be found. So, cool. Cool stuff. I'm not bitter. I do know that the webmaster is updating the CCL or the SSL certificates, and so that might have something to do with it, but we shall see. Yeah, so don't get banned if you're on Twitch, because all that will be gone. Thankfully, I had already moved the whole service over to YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook. all those places. So I'm not really that upset. It's still available. But yeah, it's been brutal. Yeah, it does suck. I agree. Let me jump into the chat here. Okay, yeah. They got to get that together. Yeah, for sure. Hey, so I need to talk about the PF120. I would love to talk about the PF120. Matter of fact, I made a minor change right before the show. And for some reason, Wirecast won't search for new NDI sources after you've opened it, which is a little weird. So poor Dexy is here. He's sleeping, and a PF120 is on his crate, but I can't bring him into the show because I changed the name of the camera before the show, or like after I'd opened Wirecast. Maybe if I change it back, just at least for now, see if that makes a difference. Alright, let's see if that does anything. We're going to restart that video. Oh, that's weird. It actually did find. Weird. Alright, PF120 is initializing. But yeah, by all means, Beep Chirp, if you want to talk about it, that's great. So I just ordered and received 3 new PF120s. Was that the extent of the question you had? That was pretty easy one. Congrats. That's great news. Excited for you. Can't wait to hear more about it. Whatever you want to chat about there, that'd be great. Oh, that was weird. So I changed the name and it showed up in the list in Wirecast, and then I hit restart video and it disappeared. What if I change it again? Does it show up now? It's kind of annoying that Wirecast doesn't do a periodic check for sources coming and going, you know. So they weren't shipped in the best. Wait, what? Not enough packaging filling in the box, so the PF120 box is tumbled inside the shipping box once opened completely, and the PF120 half spilled out. So I pulled them out to test them. First thing I did was upgrade to the current firmware. Okay. That's reasonable, I think. In the meantime, it is still strange to me that Wirecast doesn't have a place where you can just click like, oh, there, done, add. Yeah, I got him. I got Dexy. Well, I had him for a second and now it's gone. So we'll see if he comes back here in a second. There we go. Alright. I got his camera in the right place. Now let's see if the image will come back. So far, nothing. And I was seeing weird latency after doing the firmware update. Like, there was a half a second delay from image to show up that wasn't there before the upgrade. Did you do the MICU upgrade and then the firmware? You did the whole thing, I'm assuming. I can actually at least pull up the 120 here. Because it's really annoying that Wirecast won't see the 120. It's right here. I can see it. It's really silly. So you're saying you're seeing latency after the update. So my first question is, what is the known issue list against the firmware? That will be in the release notes. I don't have a known issue list for the PF120. Honestly, we don't see very many of those inside the actual help desk. The occasional one that like won't power up or whatever, but that tends to happen with any camera. I performed all the steps: firmware update, MICU update, web update. Okay. Did you do the firmware update, MICU update, and then firmware update again? I tend to feel like that matters. It may not, but you never know. Seriously, what is with this PF120 not showing up on my list? It's really annoying. I find that odd that Wirecast can't find new sources while Wirecast is running. They have to be online before the program begins. The directions didn't say to reapply the USB update. USB update? There is no USB update for the 120. Oh, you mean... Oh, I see what you mean. You mean step 1. Yeah, no. Once you do the MICU, there's like a firmware update, right, that enables the MICU updater. You know what? I'm getting my products mixed up. So definitely do the MCU second and then the firmware third. The web UI firmware third. I'm assuming that's the order that you did it in. Yeah, don't even worry about the USB update. That's not the issue here. Alright, I'm going to try and find Dexy here with the overhead camera. It's going to be a crappy angle because he's in a different spot these days. Okay, but as evidence that he is actually here. He's hanging out with us, so... Yeah, in the order that the document specified. Okay. So, okay, let me look at the PF120. And I'll keep the chat open so I can see what you're doing here. New messages. Close this. Okay. Sorry, just going to go through the settings here on the PF120. I'm going to start on the baseboard. Just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Because latency on that should be comparable to P100. So we shouldn't be seeing any sort of like half a second delay. Although, I haven't actually clocked it. So it would be, you know, again, it should be comparable to the P100. White balance, exposure. Okay, everything on the OSD is fine. So now we're going to go to encode settings. Nothing on there. Nothing in those menus. Flip and mirror will add a frame, but not a half a second. Color matrix, there's nothing on there. So my tests weren't overly scientific. That's okay. None of ours are. It was me watching Studio Monitor when sticking my hand in front of the camera and pulling it away. Okay, so there are lots of things in the chain, all things being equal. If it's just Studio Monitor, I'm assuming you're using a DHCP network and all that jazz. Yeah, on the OSD, there is a factory default which should change everything back to out-of-box condition. So where did you order these from? Why did they show up and like bouncing around inside a box? Come on, John Smith. Look, I've had very intelligent people try and slip them by me. It's like, well, just my test network. It's just plugged into my Linksys router at home. You never know. B&H, that's weird. We might mention something to them because that's not good if they're delivering them in open boxes like that. They shouldn't be able to move around in shipment. We've already... Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Interesting. So, yeah, I would do a factory reset on the settings. That's what it will do. So you go to the OSD... Well, go to the web UI, go up to, what is it, PTZ, OSD, on, off. I think it's in System, if I'm not mistaken. System tab, factory reset. Give that a go and have it reboot. Now that I think of it, I'm not 100% sure if my PF120 is on the, excuse me, it's on the latest. So let's find out. I know how to get to the OSD. Again, look, it's habit. I'm not going to assume anything. You can't. Because when you assume things, system factory reset, okay? Again, on the OSD, yeah. System, menu, factory reset. They arrived running 21.x. Couldn't tell you what there was. Okay. Let me look at mine. Dashboard. $3793. There's 3796s right now. So, let's see. Extract to desktop. Giggity goo. Here, system update. Well, let's do the NICU first. Desktop. Here we go. Oh, wait. I don't have to do that. Here we go! I keep forgetting. You could always show us the OSD on the doggo camera. Well, I'd have to show you the desktop because the doggo camera is not working. I stepped away for a quick second. Toast. Sorry, you didn't miss much. I'm updating the MICU, which is really exciting. I know. I live this dream like 6 or 7 times a week. And that's just me. I'm not even the inspection guy or the repair guy anymore. BirdDog user group. Let's see. Oh, okay, there's the stream. John was live? Gosh darn it. Is this stinking restream not working on Facebook anymore? Man, they really don't like the bitrate that I run. Unable to connect. Unable to connect. Jeez. The funny thing is it doesn't say anything about how. Please set bitrate value less than 1,000 kilobits a second. Well, it's on Wirecast. The lowest it will go is 1.5. This is like, and that's what it's set at. It's set at the lowest setting. Facebook still doesn't like it. Cool. Thanks, Facebook. Appreciate that. Okay, PF120 is rebooted. Let's take a quick look at the OSD and verify that the baseboard is now something else than what it was. PTZ, OSD, on, off, system menu. Alrighty. Settings under system. Settings update. Systems update, sorry. 3. Go. Update. Well, Dexter's fast asleep, so let me move his camera real quick, the PF120, into a position that I can watch me, and then we'll do some testing here. Okay. So, we're going to wait for this thing to come back. I'll put my ears in while we're waiting. Congratulations! Your camera is rebooting. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Alright. Cool, cool. Here we go. PF120, camera. Who knows what this is going to look like. Initializing. Okay. What is Beep Chirp? Let's set these together at the same. So what is your resolution and refresh rate? Oh my word. And now the feed is back. So stupid. Alrighty, so Wirecast found the feed. Here it is now. And it is locked in with my other NDI camera, which is a P200 today. Obviously it's not, the coloration's not correct. And I can't move it to like really center me in this shot, but yeah, Beep Chirp, tell me what your resolution is. And I'm stepping away for another quick second. Okay. Well, when you get back, tell us what your resolution is. In the meantime, let's see if we can fix this image. I'm just going to go full throttle on this thing. I'm going to say 1080p 60. So I'm going to freeze here for a hot second. Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. I know there's a handful of people hanging around in different various venues, so thanks for that. If you'd like to join us in the chat, go to BirdDogJon.tv, and that is my YouTube page. You can also chat with us on our Discord channel under the channel that says Twitch. That name will be changing soon because we're no longer on Twitch. Long story short there, but yeah, we got automatically banned from there for posting our website link. So that's cool. So yeah, join us over on YouTube. That's really the greatest place to do it. I'm going to start using that platform for especially stuff that we do at NAB and other shows and whatever. So we're going to start using that pretty excited about that. I will go in there and change that Twitch hashtag right now because it probably needs to be changed. Here we go. Edit the channel. So we'll call it Live Support Show. Okay, so that is now changed. Taking their time to do that, but oh, here we go. Exit. Cool. So jump in there if you'd like to talk to us on the live support show. I will type something in here and you'll see it. Oh, whoops. Well, you'll see it in the chat on the screen here. I can jump back to that show real quick. So, hey from Discord. Hey, what's going on, MTash? Hey, good morning. Had a major internet problems yesterday during our first baseball stream, so I never got a chance to really test all the presets. Companion Stream Deck. Welcome back, Beep Chirp. Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to. When's the next game? Seems to be a problem with having a Scarhoy controller and Stream Deck operating in a not managed network. Well, that's interesting because Scarhoy and Companion are relatively the same when they recall presets. I actually just had a conversation with a couple of really sharp guys over at Scarhoy and just sent them our updated Visca IP list for all of our cameras. So they said they're going to compare the list that they currently use on their core with the list that they have. They're also going to see if they can generate a P400 core, but they may need a 400 camera, borrow one for a couple of weeks to make one. So I might end up sending them the one that I have here because I don't normally use it. I've been monkeying with it today, but I don't normally use it. So, hey Beep Chirp, now that you're back, what's the resolution that you're running? I have 1080p 60 on mine, but that's just because it's, the largest bit rate that this one can do. So, but are you using a specific one that you're seeing issues on? I found out later that at the baseball field, that since last season, completely separate locations, so not on a great DHCP reservation system set up on campus, they added an Orbi Wi-Fi router at the recommendation of Spectrum Internet, and now we are connected to that along with 3 other devices. Okay. I don't know much about Orbi. That's a new one. After step 3, cameras were switched to 1080p 2997. I switched to 1080p 60, and I saw the issue at both. Okay, so let me jump back into my PF120 here real quick. If you're just joining us, thanks for hanging out. Today we're troubleshooting a PF120 up against the P200. There, and just using it for speed comparison and how it operates between, sending a signal to like Wirecast or Studio Mon or something like that. Beep Chirp has just received a handful of them, 3 of them, and did the upgrade and is wondering about latency specs and all that sort of good stuff. So we're working through that with him, and also talking with MTash, who's a regular here on the show. And he's got a cool install going on with a baseball field and some unfortunate outer-lying issues that are hindering him from really having a good testing environment. But those days are coming. So thankfully, baseball season's kind of just getting going, right? Like, we're just beginning of the year here. So so after the step 3, okay, I already read that. MTash, all 4 P200s first showed up correctly on the Scarhoy controller, and then they would disappear off the Scarhoy at indiscriminate times. Yeah, so it's interesting because Visca IP really, it shouldn't be keeping tabs on the Scarhoy controller, but could I get a link to the latest 21.x so I can do a comparison on the same camera as well? I don't even know if I have that, man. Oh, and now I've restarted the camera, and Wirecast doesn't know what that source is. For crying out loud, man. Oh, you know what I did before? I reboot the device. So let's do that. We're going to reboot, let it come all the way back, and see if Wirecast can find it. You know, if you were tuned in yesterday to Tom Sinclair's show, he was a live show. I guess he's back. He had surgery like a month ago or a few weeks ago, and so he was out for a little bit, but he's back now. And if you were tuned in there, he was talking about vMix, Wirecast, and then some other software-based switching programs that are kind of in the wild. It was interesting to listen. Of course, I like Wirecast for what I do. I think it works pretty well. It also allows for some nice integration. vMix may be a little bit overkill for what I need, but you know, I warm up to things over time. Maybe there'll be a time for that. All right, let me see if I've got a link for that software. 1 second here. Now, while we're loading up this, if you're on the fence about going to NAB, don't be. You should definitely come to NAB. I can't tell you enough how excited I am for NAB to get here. However, between now and then, us Bird Dog guys are going to be pretty busy. PF120. Yeah, okay, so you're looking at 21.053778 is what you're looking at. So let's copy a link for this. Beep Chirp, I'm going to put this in the Twitch. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to put this in the resources list on Discord. There you go. Cool. Whoops, sorry guys. Let me go back here. Wait, did John just speak positively about vMix? No, I sure didn't. No, it's all good. Look, everybody, I know, right? Senseless. Who is this guy and what did he do with John? Look, there's this weird misconception that I just detest it. It's not for me. All right, it's for others. Lots of people love it. Tom Sinclair uses it. I think he's a fine guy. I think his shows are really good. And he produces them on vMix. It's not the end of the world. Somebody is allowed to not like it. Okay, so my PF120 is up here. It's in lockstep with the P200, I think. So I'm happy with that. What's going on, Kevin? I've used it for like 5 years now. Congrats. That's 5 years longer than I've used it. Hey, for MTash, had the same issues of P200s disconnecting from Scarhoy after LTS update. Scarhoy Unisketch upgrade to 2516. Reverted Scarhoy Unisketch back to 2513, and the problem was resolved. Now look, folks, that is why we have this little Twitch community, non-Twitch community, and I got to get out of that habit, is because stuff like that, right there, Great Outdoors Community Church, that's the exact epitome of how that works. Is you come to the show. Look, I don't have any Scarhoy products. I'm going to shoot straight with you. I have 0 Scarhoy products at my disposal for testing purposes. There is one in Australia, and that's all well and good, except they are like 31 hours away on an airplane. So I don't have access to it. But there are people on this show that do. And so this is a great live chat situation that shows just why it is that we do what we do. So, yeah, there you go, MTash. If you downgrade Scarhoy Unisketch to 2513, you might have better results. Epitome. That hurt me. It's a Brian Regan joke. I can't take credit for it. Okay, so I'll pull a P100 out as well and do a lockstep test with it too. Okay, that would be good to know. Yeah, I have a P100 that's here as well. That reminds me. Yeah, okay, cool. Got it. So yeah, let me jump back over to the chat real quick. I need a third screen. You know, the guys about like 2 weeks ago, they were in here talking to me about this setup, and Bali was like, you should put a screen up behind the thing, and then you could have like a third screen up there with, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna need that. Now I'm like, yeah, I definitely need a third screen. So I have to figure out how to do that and pitch it to the company. Hey, let's fix this terrible image that is this PF120. So combining tabs here and then making this half screen again, and then I got Studio Monitor on the other half. Okay, here we go. So you guys can watch this in real time. It's obviously wickedly overexposed, and it's also at a terrible angle. You would never use this angle, so I would never use this angle. So it looks like we could close the iris. Woo, not that much. Okay, so let's change the frame rate. So I'm running at 1080p 60. So I want to change the frame, and I'm going to double the frame rate to start. I'm going to add a little artificial gain on here just to give us... There we go. It's getting there. I do have gray walls. That's pretty accurate. I would like it to be a little brighter, so I'm going to go down to 1/90 on the shutter. And I feel like that's still really good. Told you. More screens. Tell them more screens look great. What I really want is to have a desktop screen up there on the wall. And maybe a TV, which we already... Oh, we have a TV. Ooh. I have a TV waiting to be installed. The only issue is that there's like this conduit that runs right up the middle of the wall. So it can't mount it there. How about like a TV cart? Ooh, a TV cart. Like a movable TV. Oh, I'm totally doing this now. All right, sorry. Back to the show. Sorry, everybody. Just saw me nerd out here for a few minutes. Yeah, we're totally doing that. So, hey, any thoughts on 3D support for BirdDog PTZ cameras? Hey, I got to get to work. Thanks for the feedback. Currently, nothing for 3D is in the making that I'm aware of, but I know that name comes up quite often. So it's not that they don't know about it. It's just more about allocating resources to see if it's a tangible possibility and something that you're able to actually support. So, oh, you renamed the channel mid-show. Wow, I did? Oh, on Discord. Yeah. I did because, you know, the saga continues. All right, well, really appreciate you, Facebook user, probably MTash, hanging out. Thanks so much for coming by when you can. Hey, network guys. It took down my computer. Any idea what that might be? It took your computer down? Oh, it took down your router. That I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sure we could find out. By the way, Beep Chirp. Oh, whoops, that's a long time ago. Never mind. Okay, sorry, just catching up here now. Okay. Yeah, good stuff, everybody. Facebook and their partially muted crap. It's really annoying. Seriously, guys, join us over on YouTube. I use Facebook as a way to bring people into the show, but yeah, if you really want to watch and participate, jump over to YouTube, BirdDogJon.tv. That's the place to subscribe, place to join in on the chat, and a whole bunch of stuff. So I have also had a random Linux host on my network that I cannot identify. I believe that A implies O as well. Like Ayo. Awesome. Well, that PF120 looks pretty nice, actually. It's an interesting second angle. Could get another tripod in here and put it up on there, but it was the Dexy cam. I'm going to put it back on Dexy. So yeah, just give me a quick second. I'll be right back. All right. Ow! Man, I'm shocking everything in here. I need like an anti-static bracelet or something. Good golly. There are all these products in here that have metal chassis, and everything I touch. I just touched the PF120, gave it a massive shock. And then I just touched my headphones, and I got a massive shock. Seriously. Can't win. This is why you need wireless IEMs. Hey, check out the Sennheiser EW IEMG4s. Oh, that Linux host is my printer. Mystery solved. I have wireless headphones, Bluetooth headphones, that I really like. They profess to be, you know, like noise canceling stuff, but they sure aren't. So. But anyways, I still really like them. I like them as just headphones. That's pretty good. I need to... Let's see if I can change this to... Is this going to do it live? It is. YouTube. And then back to layers. And let's edit this one. Dude, special shout out to Beep Chirp again for hooking me up with BirdDogJon.tv. Oh yeah. What? Whoops, caps like. So there you go, folks. That's where you can reach me. It's a little strange that it did it live, but this song is everything. Hey, great music, John. Hey, yeah, you know, some people like it, some people don't, but we do what we can. Some people have suggested that I change the music to something else, but something else that I would never change it to. But, you know, it sounds like 80s arcade games. I agree. I agree. You know what? I'm going to jump over to Facebook, see who's chatting with me. Let's refresh this page. I had to restart the show on YouTube. Or, I'm sorry, on Facebook. What's going on, Phil? How are you, man? Appreciate you jumping on Facebook. Keeping the chat alive over there. On the show, it always comes up as random Facebook user, but you don't have access to that. So. Okay, cool. So here we go. Now we can bring Dexy into the show. Here he is, having a little nap. This is the PF-120. He's a good boy. He's been having a good few days this week, so that's been great. And yeah, generally things are going all right around here. We are prepping for NAB, and that is really the topic that we are chatting about here in the office. So it's taking over my life. Pro tip. Illegal assistive listening systems make for great wireless IEMs. What's going on, Pav? Until the batteries start running low and then they start howling in your ear at 150 decibels. Good golly. You aren't going to say BirdDogJon.tv/IG for the middle box. I am not. But there are some quick links that I will start using on social media to get people over there. So there are some other handles. So BirdDogJon.tv/ oh, and I need to change the screen evidently. BirdDogJon.tv/IG is the direct link to that page. Also, if you just are on Instagram and you look up BirdDogJon, you'll find me. Okay, so we gotta update all of these Twitter handles and such. Copy of Twitter handles. So let's go here, edit. I'm getting a little bit quicker at this. I wish I could just copy and paste, but okay. So this is going to be BirdDogJon.tv, and back to the layer. Change this to boom. All right, that screen's done. I've got a few others, though, that also need to be fixed. I've got several scenes. Might as well do it right now while we're thinking about it. I'm not even going to correct that one. Okay, nothing there. That's the desktop. So I got to do that one next. We'll definitely do this one because we're going to show that one eventually. Candles. Oh boy. Your boxes don't get updated in this scene. Yeah, it's true. You don't get to watch me do the live update here. This is the ending screen that I'm updating right now. It's not. This isn't like super exciting stuff. So BirdDogJon.tv. Copy of YouTube. Okay, so that one's updated. Oh, weird. I don't really like that. This one and this one. There we go. Looks better. So I have a Be Right Back screen that I should have used during today's show because there were a few times I needed to step off camera. But it's Dexy. And This is my new screen that shows Dexter sleeping, and then a big box for chat. So chat can keep going while I'm stepped out for a second. But it's good stuff. Uh-oh. My most recent what? Tweet. I don't tweet. On Twitter, you mean? Because that would be Eamon. But I will certainly pass it up the chain. Stank. Hey, has LTS firmware for Studio and Mini been released? The answer is no. They are not released yet. They are on the list of things to get finished. But no, not yet. Thanks for joining us over on Facebook, everybody. And I don't think you can't chat on LinkedIn, so it's just like a preview of the show as to what's happening. But and it doesn't even tell me if anybody's watching it. You have to log in and look and see if there's actually anybody's. Oh, see, so Phil's over on LinkedIn as well. Can't wait for NAB. I agree, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good to see you again. There are a whole bunch of people that are like, oh, come check us out at NAB. We'll come over to your booth too. So there's a lot of that going on. So I'm using the camera tracking feature, and it insists to center the subject vertically. Has too much headroom in the shot. Okay, so you can change that. First of all, take your vertical correction, your error correction down to 1, and then hit update, and then change your vertical coordination. I forget what it's called. Let me pull it up here. Cam control. Here we go. You can change your... So the reason why you have to change the error correction is because it won't move it when you make a change. When you try and line it up, it won't move it right away. It'll wait for the subject to get to a certain side of the screen, and then it will. So what you do is you go to tracking, and you say vertical minimum error, and you set that to 0.1. Whoa, it just totally locked onto me. And then you can then change the target Y coordinates to whatever you want. So here, you can see I'm moving it around a fair bit here. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. I need to put this on face tracking. Update. Okay, so vertical tracking. Okay. It does that a fair bit, and there's no room for error. So there we go. So you can change the target Y coordinate to then add some headroom and not cut off his head or her head. So we changed a little bit, hit update, and then I'm changing it way too much, by the way. And my tracker gamma, which should actually say tracker speed, is way too hot. It's by default it turns on at like 0.6 or something like that. So I've changed it to 0.3, and now we don't move quite as fast and quite as abrupt. So vertical coordination, let's try and update some of that. You can also turn on vertical track, so as we move around here, it should track you vertically. I'm going to lower this a bit. Oh, that's way too much, actually. Update. I'll try and set this so that it's how I run this show. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. So now, if I were to walk, the tracking stuff follows me on its own. I don't have to... I'm not controlling it. Promise. None of that. So, there you go. I'd like to go to NAB, but work and etc. No, NAB is work. That's what you don't understand. To convince the powers that be that this is going to make you a better employee. It's like continuing education. So anyways, yeah, if there's too much or too little headroom above, in the frame for your liking, then yes. And then when you're done with that, then turn on the error correction. I like it at about 02 or 03, just because sometimes sometimes the guy's speaking or whatever, and then he does this little number, and you don't want the camera to just and constantly follow him around, right? But if he enters into, so right now I'm on one of the on my monitor, I have a grid, right? I have a 3x3 grid. So here, I'm right on the line of that grid, and the other line is actually right here. Okay, so these are the quarters of my screen, or the thirds of my screen. Once I get to about here, then I want the camera to move. But anywhere from there to here, I want the camera to stay still. I don't want it to move or correct. And so I find that adding the vertical and horizontal correction at 0203 is good, but you need to only do that after your shot, the correction, what do we call it? After the target coordinates are set. Then you change the error correction to 2 or 3 or whatever you like. Hey, you're welcome, Victor's Lab. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. Sadly, it's not for me. It's hard to justify that as a staff engineer whose domain is networking and cloud networks. I mean, lots of switching companies come to this show. Cisco's there, Netgear's there, Meraki's there, Aruba's there. They're there. There's a huge Dell Enterprise booth that'll be there. It literally is not just about broadcasting, but it's about technology in the industry. So, you're buying PF120s, so you're doing something along those lines. Anyway, it's a shame. It'd be great to see you. Great to have you at the show. But if you can't make it, you can't make it. I totally understand. You'll just have to keep hanging out here and on Discord. That will be your exposure for now. My company has a non-cloud network. Oh. Has no non-cloud network. Oh, I see. Well, we will have BirdDog Cloud at the show. This song again. Haven't we heard this already? Oh, I've been dying to use this.
5 minutes remaining.
There you go, for all you old school Halo fans. Hey, any news on the BirdDog Play? What would you like to know? We've had to reinvent ourselves several times with this product, but I believe, and Phil might be able to help me out here, or any of the other sales guys that might be hanging around. Oh, Dexy woke up. I would love to go to NAB, but other side of the world is a bit of a travel. Understood. When is it coming out? Eamon said end of June, but I don't believe that. End of June? When did he say that? Because that's news to me. But Phil might know, so let's see if he's around. Maybe Pav's around? Anybody know? I haven't been told. They don't tell me. They only wake me up for the important meetings. There you go, Seinfeld quote. Yeah, it's supposed to be late January, and so the running joke is late January 2022. But yeah, that's kind of what I don't know. I don't know a specific launch date. I know it's supposed to be imminent. I have seen one. I physically have touched one, and it's really close. It's mostly done. I don't know what else to say. I don't have a launch date for it, unfortunately. Victor's Lab. BirdDog Group Permalink. Watch out. I got banned for posting things like that. What's going on, Cal's work? Cal at work? Cal work? How's it going? I see you on Discord all the time, so thanks for hanging out with us wherever you're watching. B&H says March 31st. That's the end of Q1, and that is what the promise was for quite a while. So I assume that's where they got that. I don't know, though. Officially, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to say. If there was something official, you better believe that there would be quite the fanfare. Can sources be selected in the browser on Play? Yes. It'll also have it's supposed to have, I don't know, because I don't know the final details, but it should have a fairly interactive OS, which should show you previews of the sources available. You can just select one with the IR remote that comes with your TV. So your Discord integration takes account names, not server profile names. Okay. Yes. I just integrated Discord with the chat module, and it permits the chat to do it, but it should have API 2.0 also, right? Actually, when you boot up the Play, it plays a preview video for API 2.0. So there you go. That was a lie. Good times, everybody. Good times, great oldies. Well, now Dexy's comfy again, so hey, we've reached 100 messages. Thanks, everybody. Hey, it looks awesome. I hope to get my hands on one sometime soon. I'm sure it will be well worth the wait. I figured that was a lie. Yeah, it is going to be a really cool product. I'm excited about it because it enables a lot of really cool use cases where, you know, it doesn't make sense to buy a Flex out where you just need to have a decoder on a TV. I like the idea that it's magnetic base, so you can just slap it on the back of a TV or a stand or something, and then plug it in HDMI and PoE, and off you go. Oh no, it's not PoE. It's you can run it over DC or USB or something. Anyways, I don't know all the details. They keep revolving a little bit. So while in development, maybe that's the new rule for the support stream. Can't end until we hit 100 messages. No, because some days it's pretty dry in here, and yeah, we don't get to 100. It's not PoE. I don't think so. Just to keep the cost down, right? Well, let's go have a little gander on the website, and we will see what it is that we are looking to discover. So, BirdDog Play. Hello world, come play. NDI 5. So that might be it, because none of our products have NDI 5 just yet. That's like on the cusp. Powered over USB. Integrated with Cloud Connect, which is really cool. We'll have the option to. So here we go down to power. USB-C. So yes, not PoE. That is confirmed. I need a shipping address for that ramen. I'll help you out there. Here, I'm going to dump it back into the Discord channel. I'll do it under general. Yeah, by the way, on the YouTube channel, there is a playlist called Snacks on Stream. That's going to be what the segment's called, and when we do a snack on stream, I'll cut that piece out of the show and post it on there for a playlist. So that'll be like the non-technical portion of this show. Boom. Oh, Kevin. Literally like half a second before I hit enter. There you go, everybody. That's the Discord channel. Come hang out with us if you don't like Facebook. I thought the LTS firmware gave NDI 5. Negative. It is NDI 4.5. So NDI 5 is in no BirdDog products yet, which is really a funny situation because NDI 5 came out and TriCaster got it, and a few things at New Tech got it. So everybody updated the TriCaster, but like vMix wasn't ready, and Wirecast we know is the late adopter, and BirdDog wasn't ready, and PTZ Optics wasn't ready, and everybody wasn't ready. So everybody updated to TC to NDI 5, and then we ran into problems where the new protocol is different. So then everybody either had to downgrade or stop using all their NDI products, which is not great. So yeah, we've been working feverishly at getting that done, because I know a lot of people want to move on to NDI 5 and try out the new protocol, which is known as RUDP, Reliable UDP. To be seen if it is actually better than TCP overall in a unicast environment. So we'll see. All bets are up in the air right now. But, yeah. Cool things on the horizon at BirdDog. We'll put it that way. I've seen parts of the development, so it's cool stuff. What? All right. Well, good stuff there. Okay, glad to see that this is all this is kind of moving along. I may go ahead and pre-order a couple of plays. Fantastic. That would be great. Yeah, get your orders in. You'll be a part of the first run. That'd be great. All right. It is almost 10 after 12. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, BirdDogJon.tv, and that way you will get YouTube notified. You can set notifications. I'm not convinced that the notification things really work because the algorithms and they're screwing with the big YouTubers. But hey, I don't know. So hopefully, if you subscribe, at least you'll see when I'm live. That will be important when we are trying to do some stuff at NAB. I'm going to try and do some like off-the-cuff things. I want to try and get like my Rode microphone, for example, to work with my phone. I'm going to have another camera there that I'm going to try to shoot some stuff, and I may upload some things there to the YouTube channel. So check that out. Be subscribed at that point. And yeah, you'll get to see that content kind of as it comes out. It's going to be a very busy show. I'm very optimistic about how much I'm going to be able to do, but hopefully it'll be great. Does B&H charge your credit card immediately or when the product ships? That I don't know. I'll need to pick up PoE dongles then. Don't know if my normal supplier makes them to support USB-C yet. So that's PoE Ethernet to USB-C? Really? Does that exist? Cause that'd be cool. Your regular supplier? Is it Amazon? USB-C PoE Ethernet adapter. Belkin USB-C to Ethernet. Charging 60 watt pass-through for connected devices. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to get me some of those. Is it Amazon? It's not Amazon. I think Beep Chirp was the one that gave me a hard time for always looking up products on Amazon, and they was like, come on, use Sweetwater, or use B&H, or use something better than Amazon. UC Tronics. They make a PoE adapter that I use normally. I use PoE to barrel connector splitters. There you go. Hey, I'm not sure if that one is any good, but that's really good. If you want an Amazon link. Oh. I didn't get an Amazon link. Hang on. Let me go back to my chat window here. Whoa. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. It'd be great to have some options, you know. It only draws, the plate is only drawing 5 volts at 1.2 amps. So that's nothing. Yeah, it's really low. Pretty cool. But I use that UC Tronics one for anything that takes USB micro. Okay. Yeah, certainly they probably have a USB-C at this point because that's been out in the market for quite a while, right? So that'd be cool. I like this song. Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. Really appreciate you hanging out with us every week. And we do this on Tuesday, Thursdays from 11 to 12, typically. We're a little bit Eastern time. And we're a little bit behind schedule here today, so I just continued on for an extra few minutes just to keep it going. Yeah, good times. We're having a busy week over here. There's a lot of stuff to do in anticipation for the next month. If you can believe it, NAB is actually going to be near the end of April, and that is not too far off. So, end of April? 19th. I'll be flying out on the 19th, and then it's the following week, so crazy. That week, I don't know what options we're going to have to do Twitch, but I'm going to see what options might be up there. Not Twitch, anti-Twitch. Live stream. So we're going to do what we can to do something. I doubt it will be at the same time as this show because they're on Pacific time right now. And Pacific time is 9 in the morning. And it's noon here. So it would be 8 a.m. Which, you know what? That's not impossible. We could arrange something. I think Kevin and I can run the stream for you. Oh, there you go. just to have a blank window with like a cardboard cutout of me and then just put it on this camera and then just you guys just run the chat. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, yes, so it would be 8 o'clock in the morning in Vegas if we wanted to keep the same time here, which honestly earlier is just fine with me. I'm down for that. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Especially if you guys can't come to NAB, that would, be cool to at least bring you in. I am going to do my best to have some content go up on the YouTube page while we're there. I know we're going to spend a lot of time interviewing folks, and I'm going to be a part of that interview panel. So if you have seen my interviews with Mr. Dan, who's the head of the company here, or with Jake and CJ, we've had them come in. We should probably have them back. Had those guys on here a couple times. If you'd like to meet people in the company, we'll be doing that. But then we'll also be doing a fair bit more with special guests. We have a big, long laundry list of people that we're going to try and create some video content for. I do not know how quickly that data is going to be available for our video editor to take care of. But as I recall, the last time I went, I did have some time late evening, and I could probably just go until 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that, edit videos, upload them at the hotel, and hope for the best. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do. Hopefully, I'll generate some content while I'm out, and you guys will be able to be a part of it. So that'd be great. We could host using BirdDogCloud. There you go. Yeah, you could. Beep Chirp and I could host, and we could BirdDogCloud into your show from NAB. Well, okay. Internet is a premium, so I'd probably have to hotspot something, but potentially. I don't know. So, okay, here's the question. Do I take the RE20, or do I make them rent me or buy me an SM7B? Because I think that's the plan for the other two people, but we haven't ordered it yet. So we have some friends at Shure, and we might be able to rent those, and I could just leave this one here. But we digress. So should I take the RE20? Here's the other thing is I'm not too sure about noise control. These might be very noisy interviews, and that might be super distracting. So you can push 1 megabit up on a 3 meg connection. No excuses. Yeah, that's true. And if I was doing it like from my hotel room for like 30 minutes, maybe we would have to start at like 7:30 and go till 8, and then so the show would start 10:30 here in the East. There's options. Man, it'd be busy. It's going to be busy, but I'm very excited. Very nerdy. Good times. Yeah, so there's that. We'll figure it out. All in good time, my friends. All in good time. All right, one more time. We're going to bring my buddy Dexy back in. He's got his little nose tucked under his arms. Dexy's hanging out. He's a good boy. He's going to get out of his crate for a little bit because I got to go for a drive shortly after this show, and then back to the office for work. So I'm going to check my schedule while I'm sitting here and see what else I got going on. Got a few chats going on internally here at the company, which is fine. Oh boy, the calendar is not loading. That's never good. Oh hey, here's a question that I should have asked long ago. So I don't record this stuff, right? And I definitely should be, actually. But I don't record this. It goes directly to YouTube, which gets DVR'd, and then it goes to Facebook, and then they mute it and butcher it. But is anybody doing a broadcast or doing just straight recording to a hard drive where they're taking an NDI signal and an audio signal and recording it to file? How are you doing it? And is it effective? I have oh, whoops, that's this computer. I have a computer in the other room, which I'm going to test this out. I have a computer in the other room that has BirdDogCloud on it, and I was thinking about just hitting the record button there, but I didn't know if anybody was using a solution or if you're using something you found that's pretty reliable. I've been tossing the idea about recording these video interviews and stuff that we're going to do at NAB, and just how to do it efficiently and reliably. And I got the audio capture portion done, but now saving it along with video and making sure it stays in sync and all that sort of good stuff is up for grabs. So I could take the Wirecast rig. Like, this is just a little NUC with a massive power supply. So I could take it and fire it up, plug it into the TV that'll be there, and record just straight out of Wirecast. And it's really solid. Like, the recording feature that I use for the tutorials can record at 4K if I wanted it to, and it locks in the audio is really good. Seems to work pretty well. I'd like to use something a little bit more lightweight. Yeah, see, video or Studio Monitor, I just don't have a lot of confidence in that program to record it correctly. I kind of want something that I can rely on. But anyway, so think about it. Maybe come back on Tuesday and let me know if you have any solutions out there. You know, streaming is one thing. Recording to hard drive is another. As long as you have space, you should be pretty good. But yeah, OBS. See, again, if I'm going to go OBS, then I'm going to take Wirecast. If I'm going to use... Because OBS has frame drop issues and audio sync issues. So I don't have confidence there. One of the things that I've been really impressed with Wirecast, if I'm just going to be totally honest, and I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I haven't had to do anything with audio sync for Wirecast. It is delayed in the monitors, just a smidge. You got to get used to hearing that. But, man, it's pretty good. And yeah, I use OBS all the time. I used to use Streamlabs OBS, and I use OBS on the weekends all the time. I just don't use it for this show because we're doing a fair bit of complex, bringing in cameras and a whole bunch of stuff. Like, for example, I've got another camera here. It's the same situation as it was with the PF120. So I've got a P400, and it's running in 2160/30 at 420. And if I can bring it into the show, we could do a little quick comparison. Of course, it doesn't want to do that. Let's reboot it and see what happens after that. I renamed these cameras, and then I turned on Wirecast, and then I renamed them, and they all disappeared off the list. And it's like, okay, I get it. You can't change the name midstream, but seriously? Come on, man. Like, at least refresh. Now, it does appear to be refreshing every couple of minutes, which I didn't notice before. But... And the 400 and the P4K take forever to reload. So... There it is. Okay, so did it come back? Not there yet. There it is. Hey, yo. Favorite ad. Bob's your uncle. Okay, so now this video is not showing, first of all. That's weird. Ah, there it is. Okay, I understand what's going on here. Very confused there for a minute. All right, so let's try and line this up as best I can. There we go. Okay, and then put this in the correct layer. There it is. And now we're just going to recall my position here. Now Studio Monitor doesn't like that I restarted the video. So P200 is the one that we're looking at right now. And then I've got a P400, which I'm considering changing my main camera to a P400. But it is a little bit... It's just not quite the same, and I haven't done the coloration correctly yet for this guy. So here is that P400. You can tell that that sensor is a little slower than the P200, but that could be a dozen things, to be honest with you. So I like the P400. Boom, delivered. I like the P400. But let's switch this over to low latency mode. And so we save a frame or two. I could also change this to probably 1080p 60, which would probably be more appropriate. View alert. Little Inception action here with BirdDogJon. All right, we'll wait for this to come back because the sensor's rebooting. Setting video format. There I am. And oh, I'm gone again. Not too sure why. Well, anyways, we'll figure that out for maybe the next show. But I have a 400, and you know I like that 4K sensor. It's pretty nice, but that's so weird. Definitely doesn't show. Let's go here. Down to this camera. Ah, I see why. So we can delete this guy. Wrong layer. P400. And then we got to reboot the device. Whenever you make a change, it appears, kind of discovering this as I go, but whenever you make a change in Wirecast, then you have to reboot the device in order for it to generate a signal again for Wirecast to see. Even though you can see it in Studio Monitor, Wirecast can't see it. But if you reboot it, then it appears to come into the program correctly. And I find that really strange, that it can't seem to handle just even like resolution changes or anything that stops the sensor. Like if you hit restart video, it doesn't come back. But if you say reboot the camera, reboot device, then once it comes back, then it shows up correctly. So here we go. I think we're back up and running now. So now we're pretty close. Low latency mode. And that's that 4K sensor. Now, the exposure is different than it is on my P200, so we can change that. We're in full manual here with the exposure. This is a 60 image, yeah. So we need to figure out how to make this a little brighter. Whoa, that's probably too much. Yeah, just a wee bit. See if in between the two options, still too much. Looks like there's like a bright light on me. But what's weird is if you go 1/60, then it's almost a little too dim, right? So let's try something else. The gain response is all the way up. If we turn it off, that's no good. Let's try bright level. I've never monkeyed around with this option, but we should see if bright level is like a thing that could help us out here. So I'm going to adjust it, see what happens. I'm a wee bit dark. Let's go all the way up, max it out, see what happens. Not a whole lot, evidently. Huh. Fascinating. All right. So gain priority. Why is the gain limit only set to 12? This thing should do more than that, shouldn't it? Manual shutter priority. There. All right. I'm going to change that. Now manual. Ah. Okay. That's not right. So we're going to try and tone that down a little bit. Something's all wrong here. Okay, there. So now I can manipulate the gain beyond 12. That's an interesting, I think that's a bug. Let's change this to 125. And then let's change the gain. I don't like getting into the 20s because it gives a grainy look. But I also need to sharpen this a bit. Looks like it's kind of fuzzy. So, details, Whoa. Crispening? Yeah. vMix has the same source refresh issue. Oh, that's interesting to know. I didn't know that. So the problem with crispening sharpness is that it blurs the image a bit. So let's just leave that on auto. Let's see if what is so changing the level inside of yeah, that's sharper at least. So hopefully that is a little cleaner. That 4K sensor. I have the white balance on one push right now with an offset of -2. If I change it to -3, like it seems like one push at 0 is not right, so we can go to 0. It just doesn't look right to me. Yeah, look. So I look like I'm jaundiced. So we go -2 on the one push, and that brings it pretty close. Let's give it a second to refresh here. Yeah, so it brings it pretty close. It's still a little green. But it's not easy being green. So we go -3. Let's see if that makes it even worse. If it makes it too green. But I find... So here's the thing about the... So the P200 is in full manual, and I'm able to manipulate the cold and hots, basically, right? The P400 is a little bit more touchy. And so I don't necessarily like the full manual option when I'm trying to set this coloration. I do look a little cooler than... I look so cool. Look a little cooler in the P400 shot compared to the P200 shot. Now I'm going to change it to -1, see if that's a good middle of the road. I kind of like it. I'm a little green, I think. But it's pretty close. Now I could turn on the matrix, and I could take some of that green red out if I wanted to. Let's see what that does. See if there's a noticeable difference when we take some of that. Let's go to the extreme and see what it does to the image. Boom. All right, so that's just basically all warmth at this point. So we'll bring back some of that color. Whoa, wicked green right now. Maybe it's green blue that needs to come down. Let's try a little more. So on this screen I can see both, you know, beside each other basically. What I should do, if I was really smart and I wasn't, you know, challenged in this comparative problem, I could put the 200 on one side of the screen and the 400 on the other. So that would be using your noodle. There we go. P400, P200. Okay, so I'm also going to make sure that I'm running low bandwidth on these studio monitors because we're going to require the CPU to basically run almost 100%. Okay, so the 400, we need a little more warmth here on this shot. So it's pretty evident that they are, whoa, they're out of sync on studio monitor. That's crazy. Okay, so it's pretty evident that the 400 is more green. And so we're going to just try and manipulate this a bit. That is better. Still a bit green. So we're going to go a little more. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Hey, different topic. FYI for the sales guys, MarkerTech's product description of the play says it has PoE. Hey, if anybody from sales is watching, we need to probably contact MarkerTech. Here, I'll Google them. MarkerTech. MarkerTech Video Supply. Oh, I know these guys. Yeah, that's a marketing problem. Oh, is their website just Facebook? Oh, no, they have a website. Okay. I clicked on the first link and it took me to Facebook. Play. BirdDog Play. I should totally send them a note and be like, hey, do you guys know if Play has PoE? Yeah, okay, so we'll need to reach out to them. Live chat. Let's do this. Let's see what their live chat does. Name. BirdDogJon. Email. help@birddog.tv. Nearing the 2-hour show today. Yeah, I'm surprised any of you are still around. Cool. All right. Well, what are we at here? How long has this show been streaming? I mean, the ticker at the top of Wirecast says 1 hour and 52 minutes, but I started it, so we're probably only 1.5 hours into it, right? Yeah, I mean, I even started to wrap it up, and then I got talking about something else, and then distracted, and now we're still here. So, hey, thanks for hanging on, everybody, even if these are all my BirdDog employees and Kevin and Beecher. Maybe Victor's still around, who knows? I'll just send an email directly to sales so you don't have to worry about it. Hey, thanks. I did put in a live chat thing, so we'll see. Yair is currently typing. So we'll see. Oh, shoot. I want to save this stuff on the P400. So this is store preset number 1. Cool. And then let's say preset number 2. Boom. Okay. So now when we reboot that camera, it's all good. It's all good. All right. Well, I do need to pack it in here because I got to get somewhere. Hey, Victor. Thanks for hanging on, man. Or gal. I don't know who you are, actually. But all good. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate that. I have an appointment coming up in just a few minutes that I need to probably get over to. But please join us on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time here in the U.S. to chat again. Would really appreciate that. We will be here for, as far as I know, Dexy and I will also be here. Dexter should be here, unless it's like a snow day, but I doubt it. So we'll be back on Tuesday at 11, and then again on Thursday. Check us out at BirdDogJon.tv. And if you want to look at my Instagram, that's BirdDogJon.tv/IG. And you can find us there for all the good times that we have here on the channel. So Dexy's all done being in there. I'm going to get him out. He's been a good boy, and so we need to give him a break. In the meantime, hopefully you are all doing really well. We're going to peace out now with a video about Flex and then we'll call it a day. Take it easy, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.